Hi, I'm Faith.
And I'm Neysa. And this is
Go Ladies, a podcast about navigating life, love,
and so much more
from a 40-plus perspective. A crackhead. Because I'm a crack.
Do a little dance. Yeah, it's our days to know that kind of stuff.
40-plus podcast.
Yes, Lord. 40-plus.
Shout out to Samuel L. Jackson.
Was he a real crackhead during that taping?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was on the drugs.
Sober. I know.
So I just wonder if he was really channeling crackness.
Because I'm a crackhead.
That is what he did. Correct.
Yeah.
And Halle Berry too, remember?
Halle Berry, right, because she was so they didn't want to give it a role.
Yep.
All of that. We're talking about Jungle Fever, y'all.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, hello, everyone. I'm Neysa.
Neysa looks gorgeous, and I look like a effing crackhead today. But hey, this is life, and this is what you're getting.
You don't look a crackhead, number one. I wouldn't have you on here if you was a crackhead looking person.
Crackhead.
And let me say this, I just did this makeup like 2 whole minutes ago.
Fabulous.
Yeah. You would think I would get up in the morning, put on makeup, do a full work day, and then, but I'm like, no, I always do art before the show.
Not working from home? No.
Exactly.
Not at all.
So, okay.
I had a sweatshirt, but I was hot,
So what have you been up to? Oh, girl, here we go. We got to rep her man first.
Okay, we got to keep it tight today because, you know, we're movers and shakers. I know y'all missed that. Thank you for joining the Go Ladies podcast. I was on vacation last week, and I went to the great state of Michigan. You might not equate that with vacation, but anytime I'm not working is a vacation. So I was gone for about a week. I had no responsibilities or obligations, and it was great. I slept in late. I went to bed late. It's perfect. I saw my family. We celebrated my stepsister and her husband, her now husband. They got married, but
so cute. I like them. I like them.
I'm glad you do.
Yeah. They're
precious. So they got married, and it was the theme was Wakanda chic, which we'll circle back to Wakanda, but was Wakanda.
Yes. And that fits them so perfectly.
Absolutely. There was a lot of African influence. There was an African dance troupe and all that stuff. So
yeah.
What about you?
So I had Sorority Convention, so Southern Regional Convention. So I did that. And then while I was already in Orlando, my lovely friends convinced me to skip one day and hit the Epcot Wine and Food Fest.
Hello.
So very cool. It's almost like the Taste of Chicago at Epcot. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you know, I love the mouse. I love Disney. I love the mouse. If I ever win the lottery, this $1 billion the Lord's going to bless me with, please, Jesus.
Let's go.
I'm going to Disney that following weekend. But people are like, what's the first you're going to do? Going to Disney World. Going to Disney World. Yeah. And I'm going to stay there for a minute and just see everything I want to see because I love the mouse. So it was good. A lot of wine, a lot of beer, not a lot of food. I didn't eat a lot of food.
Of course you didn't.
No, to drink my calories.
You're right. Hello. So, yes.
It was good. You know, I love Epcot anyway, just because it's educational and I'm a nerd. It's like a museum. So
it's a big ball.
I thoroughly enjoy it. Thoroughly enjoy it. So I say it's something to do for anybody who wants to, you know, have a little adult Disney. It's the adult Disney. So it was good. It was good.
Yay. I'm glad you got some joy somewhere. So that's good.
I did.
You got to just be free.
I did. Yes. So even though Sorority Convention was a lot of work, I was working for someone at that during the convention. I didn't really, I was at the convention just for the soror. I was registered for the convention, but I was also working at the convention, so I didn't have a lot of time to just, fellowship at the convention. However, the friends that were also working with me, we had a blast. Like, there's, how we are when we get together. It was fun. Celebrate someone's birthday, the whole Epcot thing. It was a lit time.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear you say that because, we talk, you work a lot, you work hard. You don't always take time for yourself. So I'm glad they convinced you.
They did. So they did. So it was good. It was good. You want to hop right into it?
Do what? Yeah, get into it. Get into it. Yeah. I don't know the words.
So, I hadn't really listened to Caresha's podcast. Let me get out of how I got into this.
Okay.
I watched rap shit on HBO Max.
That's what are we watching? Yes, I watched it too. Yep.
And I was like, oh, this is the JT and Young Miami story. That's what I really felt like when I watched it. I'm like, oh, which prompted me to listen to the Caresha Please podcast. Just because I was like, let me see what Young Miami's up to right now, right? So I'll listen to it. It was the episode with Kevin Gates. It's a lot to unpack, and we cannot unpack it all here.
No.
Have you heard it? Have you heard any of it?
I've not heard it. Y'all, I've been out of commission. No, go for it.
You know that saying, a fool is right, or a broken clock's right twice a day?
Yeah.
This is one of those situations where I'm like, there are moments when you're like, okay, I see where he's going. Shit, just took a left. Ooh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
What it comes down to is he wants to be a very enlightened individual. And I think with some better grounding, he could actually be a very enlightened individual. He needs a little therapy too,
Yeah.
a lot of therapy, but but he was like, I started having sex with older women. She was 35 and I was 16. No. You didn't start having sex. She was molested. That's what happened.
You know how many Black men especially say that?
They don't see it that way. Yes.
And they don't, you're right. It was, we're having sex.
Yeah. And I wonder if they would view their sons the same way. I don't know, but I'm just like, that don't make no sense. Like, no. Yeah. He talks about he had sex with a cousin. He didn't know she was his cousin. And then takes her to meet his family. And the grandma's like, that's your cousin. And he was like, well, it's already done, so I'm gonna keep doing it. So I'm like, okay, it's a lot. Like, what? Let me tell you right now.
Yeah.
I'm from Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a Black girl with green eyes. I know that my family name, and there's a lot of us. It's a lot of Ellerys, a lot of Wrights, a lot of Gaineses. So it's a lot of us. So I'll be somebody. Where are you from? What part of town do you live in? Where your people are. Like, run it back for me, Yeah. Run it all the way back. Because like, don't do that. But he was very cavalier about it. Yeah, it's a lot. There are times he talks about sex as a connoisseur of sex, but uses the term dog slut a lot. Like, he likes to be a giver of pleasure, but likes his women to be dog slut nasty. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. I
don't have words.
Yeah, I don't either. For me,
yeah.
Look, people have their kinks. People do what they want to do. There's a lid for your pots.
Right. You always say that.
As long as you are consensual, lid for your pot.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, it was too much for me.
Okay.
And that says a lot.
That's saying a whole lot.
It's saying a lot.
Okay.
I'm listening and I'm like, ooh, clutch my pearls real quick. Hold on, let me get together. It was just too much. So if you have not listened to it, go back, give it a twirl, see what you think, if you can get through it. Yeah.
I wonder if his being turned out, if you will, obviously that turned something on in him, like you said, in terms of him needing therapy, you know, like I hope I don't know. Anyway.
I don't know.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know enough about his upbringing, his background, and all that stuff to even psychoanalyze him like I'm the fake younger. I don't know. But he just, I will say this, throughout the course of the conversation, you can tell that he did not see anything wrong with what he was saying.
Right.
He was actually quite proud of the fact that he's a connoisseur and you know, and probably sees himself as a quite enlightened individual.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's that.
Next topic. All right.
Kevin. Let's go from Kevin to KeKe.
Oh, KeKe.
Yeah.
Okay, so KeKe Palmer. And I hate the mysterious they. Correct. Who is the they that like she was compared? KeKe Palmer was compared to Zendaya in terms of their career. And KeKe, which I'm happy for her, clapped back. You know, like basically, let me remind you who I am, because my career is, you know, but what I like about her clapback is that she didn't take away from Zendaya. It wasn't a slight or a diss to Zendaya. It was, let me remind you who I am. And she ran a resume. The youngest Black talk show host ever, you know, first Black Cinderella on Broadway. Like, and she went from there. Like, there's no comparison. She clapped back in a series of tweets and whatnot. But yeah, that's crazy.
I think they try to tie it into colorism too. Like Zendaya gets, you know, this much millions per movie, and KeKe only gets this. And it's like, yeah, okay, you know, Zendaya tapped into the Marvel money. You know what I mean? So Marvel money alone, you know, I can't knock that. Right. Yeah, KeKe's had tons of jobs and has an extensive resume. It's not like Zendaya doesn't. Why do we have to pit people against each other, the mysterious they, you know, to make a point like that? Like, these women are both in their own right doing the daggone thing, right? Yeah. And so let them just be great in and of themselves. Now, I think that it's worth having a nuanced conversation about colorism, but you don't have to do it with just two people and pitting them against each other. There's a bigger conversation about the industry as a whole, not just these two ladies, you know? So, yeah. But her resume is tight though.
It is. And like I said, she didn't do it in a way that, because she got love for Zendaya. Like, we not about to do that, is what she was saying. But she was like, but apparently you forgot. So let me just remind you. Yeah. And let it be that. Let it be that.
I like her.
I love KeKe Palmer. Who else?
You know, I'm peeping somebody in my yard.
Like, somebody in her backyard. Who in your backyard?
There's some random little children's.
Oh, they do be random. Anyway.
Yeah, but
that's what's popping in pop culture. And hey, they both getting the bag. So good for them.
Truly. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, your most scathing topic, is that what we're on now?
Is it scathing? I don't think it's scathing.
You're gonna be surprised at my thoughts. Go ahead.
Lord. Let it be scathing then. P-Valley. So watch the latest episode of P-Valley. You know we are P-Valley fans on this podcast. We stand. Shout out to Brandy. I like Brandy.
Her name Brandy.
I like Brandy. But no, I like her a lot. And shout out to just the cast and crew. I think they're doing some really good work this season, pushing the envelope and exploring topics that need to be explored and showing communities that don't always get the love that they need. Having said that, there was yet another sex scene in this episode of P-Valley. When I say sex scene, I am specifically talking about two males having sex.
Yes.
The interwebs, yet again, on the good Beyonce's internet, decided to, not Al Gore's, Beyonce's now, internet, decided to be up in arms about it. And this time, I saw more Black females joining in. Like the first time it happened, I felt like it was a lot of Black males chiming in. This time I felt like it's a lot of Black women now chiming in too. Like, I'm about to quit watching too, because it's just too much, blah, blah, blah. Here's what I don't understand. Why does that bother you? You know what I mean? Like, your homophobia is showing, Black America. We got to do better. That's just the bottom line. Your homophobia is showing. Your non-binary phobia is showing. Your transphobia is showing. Your phobias is showing. Your slip is showing. How can you be an oppressed people, but always want to oppress them damn body? Let people do them. Like, now, there have been times on shows I have felt like there is too much sex, and it was gratuitous sex. And I'm just like, there's Sense8 on Netflix. I feel like on Sense8 on Netflix, there were times there was a whole orgy scene, and I was just like, this is not moving the storyline forward, you know, for me. And I was like, it's just too much. Now, because it was an orgy scene, it was all different types of sex involved in that, not just homosexual. It was, you know, all kinds of sex involved.
Everybody.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I just felt like they got to the point where they're gratuitous with their sex. But I'm not going to pick out, oh, I don't like these scenes. When the light-skinned girls hopping on, what's her name? On the new Running for Mayor dude, remember?
Oh, Haley.
Yeah. When she hopped on the new mayor dude, cricket.
Sure.
Her titties was out.
Titties.
Crickets.
So you're in my neighborhood now with that.
Okay.
I'm along the same lines. I watched it, and for me, it was a bit gratuitous. And it's not because I'm homophobic. I would never, because I don't think they shouldn't do it, write it, you know, but like you said, I feel the same way. That show for me was Power. Early seasons of Power for me, I'm like, y'all fucking again? God damn. Like,
right. Exactly.
But
no,
that
I feel the same way about the Power. And I like Omari Hardwick's back. His back is an A1 back.
Right. So there are times for me with a lot of shows when it's there, I'm like, okay, like, can we do something else? I'm not saying I had the exact same reaction, but I would have liked a little bit more, I don't know, stories. How grandmama doing? I'm glad y'all bonding. Is she alive? Like,
no, I get that, but
that for me was that. It's not I can't believe I'm not about to go on the internet. You know what I mean? It wasn't that, but you know, there are times on a lot of shows where I'm like, I don't. This too much.
I totally understand that, and you have the right to feel that about sex scenes in general. You know what I mean? But to put out one version of sex and be so put off by it, I'm like, why?
Yeah,
like why? And I'm not trying to be funny, but I'm not trying to be too deep either, because you know I can go there sometimes. Shut up. But it seems like we're put off by sex, in which anytime male power, I want to say, is threatened, and I'm using that loosely. You know, when you saw two very masculine presenting males having sex, you know, they were put off by that. Then you have Uncle Clifford and Little Murder, who is very masculine presenting, but he was on the receiving end this time. And I think that also throws people off, you know? I don't think, and I'm speaking I'm not a member of the community, but I'm gonna speak just as my thoughts on it. I think that heterosexual, very masculine Black males do not like to see themselves in a vulnerable, compromised position, or what they would consider a compromised position. Mm-hmm. So because of that, they take extreme issue with these type of scenes. Yeah. But I'm like, you're the same people who watch Pornhub, and all Pornhub is ridiculous titles. Like all the titles are fucked up, to put it bluntly. Stepdad and stepdaughter. The Woody Allen channel? Like, what are we doing?
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's always some submissive or powerful man taking advantage of a subservient woman. Be it title, be it power, be it hierarchy, be it relational, it's just all these things that we do. But I'm just like, no. It's actually one of my questions now when I date online. Can you make love without conquering?
Ooh. And what
do you want a reciprocal relationship? Or I'm serious.
What do they say?
Oh, girl, they're looking like I'm crazy. Like I have 3 heads. You know how I am. But that tells me also you're not the person for me. Exactly. If you look at me like that, then I'm like, oh.
Very cerebral.
Yeah.
I mean, you are. You ain't got time for the whack stuff.
And I ain't gonna find out on the mat. Like, let me ask you this questionnaire real quick. See if you get to go to the mat.
Did you feel this out?
You don't get to go.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I just saw something before we recorded where they were talking about just same show, different character. They were talking about Keyshawn, Miss Mississippi. I don't know. It was a video. This woman was like, her story has run out. Like, is she gonna leave or is she not? Like, it's old and stale. Like, this woman was going off about that. Like, I'm sick of her story. Either what she called him, White Ike. Either White Ike
that fits though.
Is gonna get popped or what? Like she's just like, I'm over her storyline. Basically,
come on now.
Yeah,
but seriously, I feel the same way. I felt like we learned a lot about Mississippi. Yeah. I felt that it was a great time learning about Mississippi. But when she come home and he hurt her child and she didn't do anything, at that point, and this is just me projecting, but I don't care anymore about you.
I think that's the sentiment for a lot of people.
I don't care anymore about you.
Right.
Let me clarify. I was gonna say you can do whatever to me as long as you hurt my kids. That ain't true, because I'll shoot you if you mess with me. But but if it comes down to either me or my child, I'll take the hit every time to protect my child. And when she did not rectify the situation to protect her child, like, how are you laying next to this fool and he waking up breathing every day? Like,
yes. You ever seen The Burning Bed? If you're scared to shoot him, set him on fire.
Slit his throat while he's laying there. Like, I'm not a proponent of murder. I'm not a proponent of it. I will throw a disclaimer out there. I'm not a proponent of it. However, I do believe that there are times when your life is being threatened, you have the right to defend yourself, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, so if I have the right to defend myself and my children, it is what it is. And so I'm like, no. You got to figure this out, Keyshawn, because I'm not caring about you anymore.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know who we do care about? Sora Angela Bassett in Wakanda.
Forever. I know. Okay, so trailer came out, and I'm not speaking for you. I wasn't moved to tears. I'm just gonna say it. I know people are like, oh my God, I cried. And I was like,
I didn't cry. I cheered.
Right. It was a different type of emotion. But I've seen like people like, oh my God, I cried. And I was like, okay. That's your business.
Hater.
What? You cried?
I did not cry, but what? I was moved. But let me say this. I'm a G in real life, but I'm a TV and movie crier. So you know that about me.
You are.
So Yeah, like I didn't cry, but I was like, wow.
No, I was wowed by it. That's what I was like, oh, okay, it's finally here. You know, you watch it a couple times. I know you did. I did. I watched it like, okay, let me
take it back. Who's having a baby?
Right. And I mean, I'm not the biggest, I'm not in the Marvel universe like that. I know you are. So I'm not like familiar with all the characters and the this and the that. I know it's a Latino in it now. He's the bad guy. And did you see the video with the guy who was happy about the Latinos?
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna send that to you. He like shouted out Ryan Coogler. He was crying. He was like, y'all finally get, a space in the Marvel universe, and what do? You bring us in, and I just want to give you your flowers now. And I was like, that made me, I was like, oh.
I mean, look, I believe Marvel has been very inclusive and intentionally inclusive right now.
Yeah.
With Moon Knight, with Miss Marvel. I watched all of them.
But Wakanda. So apparently there's apparel. It comes out. So Wakanda Forever, right? Yes. That's the name of it. Comes out in November. Just in time for my birthday.
Yes. I feel a birthday thing coming up.
Okay. And what are we supposed to wear, Neysa?
White.
Okay.
Don't have an attitude about the white. We're wearing white.
Is it winter white?
We're wearing white in honor of T'Challa. We're wearing white. Your white gear. We're wearing white. I'm coming to look like Lisa Ray's little sister. I'm being there.
She said all her family was gone. Now that sent me when I was like,
have I not given enough? Speak on it, Angela, for all of us.
They all your family gone.
Girl, I was just like, what? That was just so, that one sentence resonated with all of Black America too. Like, ain't we done damn enough? Like, what more do you want? Give you blood, sweat, and tears. We've tried to play the game the right way. We try to play outside the game. Like, damn.
I'm glad Shuri got herself together because she wasn't acting right. So I'm glad she got it together.
Girl, they could have CG'd her ass, and I'd be like, all right, you ain't acting right.
There's that. So yeah, you're gonna have to tell me more about the plot, the storyline, because I'm confused. But
I'm so about it. So phase 4, I believe, of the Marvel movies. Like, there are different phases, and this is going to be phase 4. Okay. I also saw Thor. It was good. It was a little campy, but I did see that.
It's 2 of them.
What? Thor's?
Yeah. It's the girl. I'm really Black, y'all, in case you didn't know. I will piece a movie together. I won't know what the hell it's about. But I was gonna be like, it's the, so and so.
It's the girl, yes. So yeah, we're a Marvel household over here. So it is what it is. But we're excited. The whole team.
Absolutely. I'm excited. Wakanda forever.
Yep. I remember when we went to see the original Black Panther. We had tickets to a 7:00 show. And Chris was like, we got to be there at 4:30. And we get there at 4:30 and nobody's there. Like, there's no line. We have tickets. Tickets tell you where to sit. Like, there's no reason for me to get here this early. But he was adamant about being there that early. The people for the 5:00 show weren't there yet. And here we are. And so I was like, look, how about, I'm gonna go walk around. We saw the Opry Mills. So I'm gonna go walk around the mall. I'm gonna shop. I'm gonna eat. Then me and the girls will come back. Because he wasn't in the theater. He's like, I'm gonna sit right here until the show starts. And he did.
Yes.
And I was like, okay. So when we got back, there were people there, of course. But yeah, he would be excited.
Oh, yeah.
He would be excited. Like, have a new Black Panther t-shirt and everything. He would be excited.
Yeah.
for the Marvel universe. So
That's good.
yeah.
Aw, that's so dope. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing white though. Go ahead. I get it.
Wear white.
I wear my African dress.
I'm gonna wear white. No, it might be a white sorority meet dress, but I'm gonna have on some white.
I do have a Dora Milaje t-shirt with the head person on there.
You know what I want now? I want a
What?
white on white t-shirt with the Black Panther symbol on it. You do the black on black God is dope t-shirt.
Yes.
I want a
Okay,
white
go
one.
Etsy.
You know, I'm gonna get one.
And
Somebody gonna make it. I'm gonna
Right.
get one.
Somebody you know. So very good. November. Wakanda forever. This is a short episode because guess what? We got a life and we have other things to do. We love you though and spending time with you.
Where can
So,
they find us?
they can find us online, YouTube. You can find us on Spotify, Apple Music. What else am I missing?
Instagrams.
Oh, the gram.
The gram.
Is being weird with algorithms. But anyways,
It
on the
is.
gram. So follow us there, share, like, comment, engage us. We won't bite unless you want us to. Wow. Wakanda forever. Thank you.
Bye, people.
Bye.